And it's another edition of 100 Proof. I am the real Charlemagne. And this is Kev Lawrence. He's on his couch. Your friendly neighborhood Kev Lawrence.
Friendly neighborhood Kev Lawrence.
And we got a special guest. Oh, yes. It's Roxanne. Artist extraordinaire.
Thank you.
Connoisseur of the art world. I'm very interested. I know nothing about that. So everything you say, I will be on the edge of my seat. I will let you do the talking. How did you get started in the art world? What created your art? How did you start? Did you start with markers, painting, and school me on that. First of all, before I even go that far, I've been having a lot of questions. I'm in here taping, and everybody wants to know just one thing: where are you from?
I'm in what way? Like born?
No, just I guess the neighborhood. They went to Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens.
Bronx, born in the Bronx, raised in Jamaica, Queens.
Okay.
So sad.
The hate is real out here.
Yeah.
Just in the Bronx.
Let's get back to the art. Let's get back to the art.
So I've always been an artist since I was young. My favorite color has always been green since I was like 2 years old.
Not yellow?
Cha-ching.
No, not yellow. But green has yellow in it.
When they get blended up and all that stuff.
Yes.
When you put in NutriBullet.
There's levels to that shit. So, my mom saw something in me, creative wise, so she embraced that creative stuff by buying me paint, crayons, sketchbooks. So that's kind of where it started. Like, I was always inspired by everything around me. But what really drove me was a breakup.
Wow. Okay. I'm sorry. Tell us more about that.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to.
It was a breakup.
But gotta do what I gotta do. Real man here.
Yeah. It was a breakup. The guy was kind of in his high horse, and he thought I was competing with him, which I wasn't. The whole time I was actually helping him. Everyone thought I was his manager. And yeah.
His manager, what was he doing?
He's also a painter.
Okay.
He tried to outpaint you?
A paint battle.
Yeah. Exactly. But I wasn't focused on myself. I was focused on him because I'm a good person. So yeah.
I think you are.
I think so too.
Did that turn you into a man hater?
No.
Are you a feminist?
I am not.
wait, are you? No, for real. Are you a feminist?
I am not a feminist, but women do have a lot of power. That's for sure. But men also have power.
You got a voice when you went a little bit up on the voice. So I just asked you in a good octave.
Well, no. Honestly, everyone is equal to me. I'm not a feminist. I appreciate women. Women are amazing.
I appreciate women too.
Women are powerful, like I said before. Women are very, very powerful.
Absolutely.
But men are too. So, I'm not a feminist.
2018, I don't know.
I just asked. We hear a lot of things going on, and I even though it's not art, well, it could be artistic. I just never understood what is a feminist. Nobody has the real solid definition of what is a feminist, and that's the reason why I asked.
I don't know. A feminist could be a woman who believes that women have all the power, they're in control, fuck men. Can I curse?
You already did.
Okay, so, men ain't shit, that's not me.
Oh, okay.
That's not me.
I used to be really weary about them. I think Margaret Sanger is the mother of the feminist movement. I believe. I could be wrong.
Well,
I think she's the woman that tried to with Henry Kissinger and them, try to tell Fannie Lou Hamer and these women yo, go ahead, put this thing up in your chute, sterilize you. So I was like, why would you want to be a part of anything like that? I just never understood that, if that was the case. Not of you anymore because you're not a feminist, but I always want to speak to a feminist and be like, what is a feminist and why would you go for that? Especially when I hear the term black feminist, I'm like, that's like a double oxymoron. Like a contrapositive, like P implies Q, but it's like a negative on the P and then a negative on the Q, so.
Before we get deep into the sciences, let's get back to the artwork. Now, a breakup caused the art.
Yeah, it caused me to want to focus on myself.
Right. And that evolved into what?
Into large paintings and just becoming a rebel, but in a low-key kind of cool way so that no one talks shit.
How is that a rebel?
Well, I don't know if you've seen the money paintings, but I do paint on money.
Right.
And that's illegal.
Wow.
That's a thermal note.
Right. Yeah. But if it's someone else's money, it's their money. But they're telling me, they're asking me, can you paint on that? I'm like, yeah. It's their money. So how is that illegal?
What I would tell you to do is to paint on Bitcoins. But
that's not tangible. That's not tangible.
It's still money.
Bitcoin painting. Interesting.
Summer brings the change, off and on goes our love. Just like a roller coaster ride, we're up and down. Weather seems to change our mood.
So what was your first painting? Do you remember? The first thing you painted?
I don't remember. The first thing I've actually drew and sketched.
Yeah.
That was I was in kindergarten. It was on a folder. I had to design a folder on the first day of school, and it was a face, and it was just a random face. I didn't look at anyone else. It was just a random face, girl with big eyes, lashes, big lips, and that was the first time my creativity really came out. And I saw everyone else's reaction. They all came up to me, oh my God, can you do this? Can you do mine? I'm like,
That was my next question. What made you think that you were good enough to be that artist? So I guess
the reaction from others, that's what happened.
And from then on, did you keep on painting after that?
It was just here and there.
Well, you said that was a sketch, first of all.
Yeah, it was a sketch. It was a sketch. I wasn't really 100% with the creativity back in the day. It happened after the breakup of my past relationship.
That must really hurt because you
What's
keep
his
going
name?
back to it.
No names.
Did you see Yana Van Zant after that?
Who?
That lady that talked DMX and then crying
no.
and the widow lady.
Come on, beloved.
I don't know.
Did you get over it yet? You used to love him?
Oh yeah. Oh no, I don't love him anymore.
You don't love him no more?
No.
You sure?
Positive.
If you saw him today.
You like him?
If I'll say, hey, what's up?
Okay.
That's it. Life goes on.
Everyone
I've
painting
learned, and I've learned from the past, and life is about just always learning. So I always leave my past behind.
What was the first
I don't
painting
know
you
about
actually
that,
did?
but I mean, I sometimes I go back to the past. They call me Mr. Recyclable. No, Jared, listen. Recycle them plastic bottles. I still get it down from high school. High school shit. Allegedly.
Okay.
Changed man.
Right. So now, to the painting. What was your first painting when you picked up a brush and did some brush strokes, like your first painting?
It was at my ex's house.
The same guy that you broke up with?
Yeah.
You in love.
Yeah. I was, yes, I was in love.
Whoa. I said you are in love. You said
Oh,
yeah.
no, not anymore. I'm in love with myself. There's a difference. Before I wasn't in love with myself before. I was in love with him. So now that I'm in love with myself,
Right.
I'm able to create more. And it wasn't like that before. So I've learned to convert negative energy into positive. That's
Right.
why that breakup was supposed to happen, so that I can talk about this here with you. You get it?
Are you keeping it 100?
Oh, I.
Are you keeping it 100?
I am.
Ah, absolutely.
So, with the art you do now, where have you been in any of the spaces? Have people gone to see you at certain exhibits?
I do a lot of commission work. I've been in one group show. Actually, that group show, I think it was like 10 different artists, and out of all the artists, I was the only one who sold work. So after that sale, that actually added more fuel to my fire, that it just made me want to just keep painting.
Now, I'm in the art world myself. Now, I don't do the art as much as other people, but I am on the board of the Bronx Museum. So shout out to the Bronx Museum, Community Advisory Council.
Wine and cheese
I've been on that
clap.
for a couple of years now, and I do a lot of events with artists. And what I've noticed is that many artists have a problem with trying to get out on a more commercial level. It seems like most people just feel like if you're talking about art, the only art that matters is Warhol and Basquiat, and that's it. Like that stopped.
Yeah,
And it's
but
like
no,
there's so
much
many
more.
artists out here,
Yeah.
but you keep
Absolutely.
thinking about Warhol and
Yeah.
Basquiat.
Basquiat, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, but what about all these people that's over here? Like,
The ones who are alive.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like you.
I know.
You. And it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
why is it? I feel like either there's no middle ground.
Yeah.
Either you're so far underground because you like you're in Australia, China, because people say to go far down, whatever, the old saying, or you're just only 5 of y'all get picked and you roll with wealthy people and that's it. Because I've seen some stuff like 3 blocks of wood with a bell on it, and I even hosted galas where I had to sell them to people in Tribeca and stuff like that. And I'll say to myself, like, all right, yes, art is objective, but I'm like, that's somebody's man that got picked for that. That's, you ain't really put it down like I see other people put it down.
Yeah.
And I feel like they don't really look at many people in the real art world.
Yeah.
So we do a lot of events to showcase that. So I'm proud of you for selling that, because a lot of people don't understand, like, when you get in somewhere and you can sell that. I've seen the faces of artists like, I made money.
Yeah.
And it's great because I realized that the art supplies are not cheap.
They're not. They're not cheap.
What up, it's your boy DJ Twist. You're not tuned in, 100 Proof on the Tacias Network. Don't get it twisted.
To be the E-double-E.
What made me want to be a DJ? I love music. Music is my passion. When I'm sad, I turn to music. When I'm happy, I turn to music. Whatever it is I'm doing, music is always in my ears. My parents thought I was crazy at one point. I was always making sounds when I was a little kid, beatboxing, creating beats with my hands. But music it's a part of my life. Being around other musicians, DJs, artists, I easily get influenced by their talents, should I say.
Get the keys to the Lexus.
So what keeps you going? They're not cheap and all that, and the other stuff we talked about.
Well, besides me being an artist, I do teach. So I have a corporation. It's called Art Rocks Inc. And I teach people how to create art. And it's just not visual art. It's just, I teach them how to express themselves. Because art is so broad. Art is everything. Art is sports. Art is music.
Art is life.
Art is life, exactly. So yeah, that's what Art Rocks is about. And besides Art Rocks, I have something else called Paint While You Wait. So I do paint with random people while they wait to do something. So last Paint While You Wait I did was on 125th Street at the train station.
Yeah.
And I painted with commuters
Like on the.
at the platform.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. And it was, just the feedback was so positive and beautiful. And for people to react in a positive way, that's what I want. I want to see smiles. I want to see happiness. And that's my goal, is just to keep projecting positive vibes. So.
What's your process when you paint? I heard you talk about it earlier. You organize and you have
we heard you in the green
colors.
room.
Yeah.
Oh, in the green room?
Yeah. What's your process like?
we get over here.
Yeah, so my process is I have to make sure everything is cleared out of my way. I have to be by myself when I paint, specifically a portrait. Everything needs to be organized. Like my tubes need to be one way. My brushes have to be on one side. My palette is on this side. Then I place all the paint on the palette. I have an easel, so the easel needs to be like in front of me, or if I'm not using the easel, I'll put it down. And I need my music. I need music. So, yeah.
What kind of music you listen to?
I listen to everything. Like, I listen to classical music, so Beethoven, Stravinsky. I listen to R&B, but from the 90s. I listen to trap music. I twerk in my head, so.
Interesting.
In my
Twerking your
mind,
head.
it's, it gets me going.
Hey, I hear that.
It does.
It's an interesting
does.
concept. I've never
Yeah.
twerked in my head.
I twerk. Because I'm not going to twerk in front of a camera.
I'm not telling you to twerk.
But I
I'm just
can,
saying
though.
Oh. I like to see that. Put a paintbrush to that. Oh, yeah. Now that's a painting.
Now, other than
We gotta wrap it up, man. We gotta wrap it up.
Other than Bob Ross,
That's my guy.
he's the triple OG.
Yeah, he is.
Other than Bob Ross, who are some of the artists that you looked up to or helped inspire you?
Henry Matisse. Henry Matisse, Picasso, Georgia O'Keeffe, Duchamp. I love Duchamp. But one of my favorites is Henry Matisse.
Why?
Because he used so many different colors when he painted. His work was impressionism. So he painted in a way that it was just strokes, and then all his strokes created form. And that's kind of how I paint. So yeah, very old school. Not Basquiat. I love Basquiat.
Everybody.
But, I'm
the
just...
default.
Yeah,
Default.
but Henry Matisse, he's like from his work, he created work in the early 1900s. So I like old school stuff, very classical work.
Yeah, you're simple.
I'm very simple.
Don't be
Not
scared.
a
She's simple.
feminist.
I'm not a feminist.
And that does it for 100 Proof, this edition. You know what I mean? We want to thank, oh yes,
It's Roxanne.
it's Roxanne. And my man Kev Lawrence. And
How did he get in contact with you?
yeah, we forgot about that.
Oh, well, I do
Can't
have a
leave without
website.
that.
Yes. No, I'll let you know. I'll talk.
Yeah, let the people know. Let the people know.
So I do have a website. It's artrocks, ROX, theworld.com, and also Instagram. Oh yes, it's Roxanne.
Oh yes.
Oh yes.
Oh yes, it's Roxanne.
Roxanne! And that does it for this edition of 100 Proof.